Hi there. This is going to be my first video regarding AA, Alcoholics Anonymous. I've been a struggling alcoholic for about 20 years, in and out the rooms, and I just wanted to put a video out there. I'm going to start reading chapters from the book. I'm going to start with what my sponsor told me, which was the doctor's opinion. So I'm going to read the doctor's opinion, and we'll go from there, and I'll give you a little bit of background on how I came to become an alcoholic and so forth. Okay, the doctor's opinion. We of Alcoholics Anonymous believe that the reader will be interested in a medical estimate of the plan of recovery described in this book. Convincing testimony must surely come from medical men who have had experience with the sufferings of our members and have witnessed our return to health. A well-known doctor, chief physician at a nationally prominent hospital specializing in alcohol and drug addiction, gave Alcoholics Anonymous this letter. To whom it may concern, I have specialized in the treatment of alcoholism for many years. In late 1934, I attended a patient who, though he had been a competent businessman of good earning capacity, was an alcoholic of a type I had come to regard as hopeless. In this course of his third treatment, he acquired certain ideas concerning a possible means of recovery. As part of his rehabilitation, he commenced to present his conception to other alcoholics, impressing upon them that they must do likewise with still others. This has become the basis of a rapidly growing fellowship of these men and their families. This man and over 100 others have appeared to have recovered. I personally know scores of cases who are the type with whom other methods have failed completely. These facts appear to be of extreme medical importance because of the extraordinary possibilities of rapid growth inherent in this group. They may mark a new epoch of the sorry, I do apologise. Annals of alcoholism. These men will have a remedy for thousands of such situations. You may rely absolutely on anything they say about themselves. Yours truly, W.D. Silkworth, MD. The physician, at our request, gave us his letter, has been kind enough to enlarge upon his views in another statement which follows. In this statement, he confirms that we who have suffered alcohol torture, and it is torture, must believe that the body of the alcoholic is quite as abnormal as his mind. It did not satisfy us to be told we could not control our drinking, just because we were maladjusted to life and we were in full flight from reality, or were outright mental defectives. These things were true to some extent, in fact a considerable extent to some of us. But we are sure that our bodies were sickened as well. In our belief, any picture of the alcoholic which leaves out the physical factor is incomplete. The doctor's theory that we have an allergy to alcohol interests us. As laymen, our opinion is to its soundest may of course mean little, but as ex-problem drinkers, we can say that the explanation makes good sense. It explains many things for which we cannot account otherwise. Though we work out our solutions in the spiritual as well as altruistic plane, we favour hospitalisation for the alcoholic who is very jittery or befogged. More often than not, it is imperative that a man's brain be cleared before he is approached, and he is then a better chance of understanding and accepting what we have to offer. The doctor writes, "The subject presented in this book seems to me to be of paramount importance to those afflicted with alcohol addiction. I say this after many years' experience as a medical director at one of the oldest hospitals in the country treating alcoholic and drug addiction. There was therefore a sense of real satisfaction when I was asked to contribute a few words on a subject which is converted in such mastery detail in these pages. We doctors have realized for a long time that some form of moral psychology was of urgent importance to alcoholics, but its application presented difficulties beyond our conception. What with our ultra-modern standards, our scientific approach to everything, we are perhaps not well equipped to apply the powers of good that lie outside our synthetic knowledge. Many years ago, one of the leading contributors to this book came under our care in the hospital, and while here he acquired some ideas which he put into practical application at once. Later, he requested the privilege of being allowed to tell his story to other patients here, and with some misgiving, we consented. The cases we have followed through have been most interesting. In fact, many of them are amazing. The unselfishness of these men, as we have come to know them, the entire absence of profit motive, which is really important, that, and their community spirit is indeed inspiring to one who has laboured long and wearily in this alcoholic field. They believe in themselves, and still more the power which pulls chronic alcoholics back from the gates of death. Don't underestimate that. Of course, an alcoholic ought to be freed from his physical craving for liquor, and this often requires a definite hospital procedure before psychological measures can be of maximum benefit. We believe, and so suggested a few years ago, that the action of alcohol on these chronic alcoholics is a manifestation of an allergy. The phenomenon of craving is limited to this class and never occurs in the average temperate drinker. You have to excuse me. I'm trying. These allergic types can never safely use alcohol in any form at all, and once having formed the habit and found they cannot break it, once having lost their self-confidence, their reliance upon things human, their problems pile up and become astonishingly difficult to solve. Very true. Frothy emotion appeal seldom suffice. The message which can interest and hold the alcoholic must have depth and weight. In nearly all cases, their ideals must be grounded in a power greater than themselves if they are to recreate their lives. If any feel that the psychiatrist directing a hospital for alcoholics we appeal sentimental, let them stand with us while on the firing line, see the tragedies, the despairing wives, the little children. Let the solving of these problems become part of their daily work and even their sleeping moments, and the most cynical will not wonder that we have accepted to encourage the movement. We feel, after many years of experience, that we have found nothing which has contributed more to the rehabilitation of these men than the altruistic movement now growing up among them." That's end of part one. Again, apologies for my reading. I'm trying. This is my first video, but I'm going to be doing loads more of these, but I'll have part two soon. I'll be back.